Sleep paralysis can be terrifying, but sometimes it's what you hear that makes it unforgettable. Here are 3 true stories of sleep paralysis experiences that will change your understanding of fear and haunt your nights forever.
Mommy? Mommy?
I never believed in evil until that night when something crept onto the foot of my bed. Something I was never meant to see. It had started as any other evening, my room dark, a slight breeze fluttering the curtains, and the distant hum of the city barely audible outside my window. I remember feeling strangely uneasy, the kind of nervous restlessness that refuses to let you sleep but offers no explanation. Still, exhaustion eventually won, and I drifted into a shallow, uncertain sleep. Sometime in the black hours of the morning, I snapped awake. My body was heavy, a numbing weight pinning me to the mattress. Panic whispered in the back of my mind as I realized I couldn't move, couldn't even blink. The silence was oppressive, except for the soft, rhythmic creaking of the wooden frame beneath me. I tried to draw in a full breath, but my chest barely rose. As my eyes adjusted to the near-pitch blackness, I saw it, a shadow at the foot of my bed. At first, I tried telling myself it was just a stray pile of clothes, but the shape was wrong. Too tall and hunched, almost oily against the darkness. I stared, willing my arms to move, anything to break free, but my limbs were nothing more than lead. Time dragged on as the thing remained motionless, and the dread grew until every second felt like an eternity. Suddenly it shifted. The shadow moved with a slow, unnatural crawl, almost as if it was dragging itself along the length of the mattress. I heard rough, shallow breaths, wet and deliberate. My heart hammered in my ears as the air grew cold, and I felt an inexplicable pressure at my toes, like icy fingers grazing my skin. The thing paused inches from my feet, and I tried to scream, but no sound escaped. Tears prickled my eyes as I watched it move closer, inches at a time. Its outline came into focus, and though I couldn't see a face, there was the sense that it was watching, sizing me up for something I didn't want to understand. Then, ever so slowly, it leaned forward. I felt a rush of cold air and a low whisper, a language I couldn't comprehend but felt deep in my spine. My mind shrieked in terror, but my body was still trapped, helpless. Suddenly it vanished, consumed by the shadows themselves. My body broke free, and I sat up, gasping, my room empty and silent once more. I haven't slept soundly since that night, haunted by what waited at the foot of my bed, knowing that sometimes the dark doesn't stay where it belongs. Some nights I'd wake to find my bedroom mirror reflecting things that should never move. The night it smiled back was the last time I slept with the lights off. I always thought sleep paralysis was just a weird sleep disorder, something my anxious brain conjured up after too many sleepless nights scrolling on my phone. But the real fear didn't set in until I realized the thing in my mirror wasn't just a trick of my mind. It was something else entirely. It started on a rainy Thursday. I woke up around 3 a.m., pressed into my mattress like a slab of stone, unable to move a finger. My eyes, dry and stinging, darted around the room. I could see the outline of my dresser, the half-shut closet door, and, directly across from me, the tall, slender mirror that caught the faint blue blink from my phone charger. I noticed my reflection lying there, just like me, slack-limbed and staring, eyes wide with a glassy fear. At first, I thought it was normal, though maybe my face looked a little off. Shadows seemed to shift in strange places. But as I tried with every last ounce of will to move, the thing in the mirror began to change. It blinked even though I hadn't, then turned its head ever so slightly, as if listening for something I couldn't hear. My heart pounded, heat flooding my cheeks and then draining away, leaving me shivering. The reflection sat up, slow and deliberate, while I remained frozen. My own features warping into something unfamiliar, teeth a little too long, eyes glinting not with fear, but with a predator's thrill. It lifted one hand, curling its fingers into a wave, and that's when I realized I could see every detail. Its chipped nails, the pale scar on the knuckle, details only I could have. I tried to scream, but only a hoarse gasp filled the room. I felt a crushing tension in the air, as if the thing was waiting for me to join it, or worse, for it to step out and take my place. Without warning, the lights flickered, the mirror glow vanished, and I fell limp, suddenly able to move. Across the glass, the reflection was gone, and in its place was empty blackness. But every night since, I leave my mirror covered, dreading the moment I glimpse that wrong smile waiting for another chance. There's nothing more terrifying than hearing your own voice whisper threats in the darkness, especially when you know your lips aren't moving. For years, I struggled with sleep paralysis. I thought I'd grown used to it. The suffocating stillness, the flickers of shadow at the edge of vision, the insistent weight pressing down on my chest. But what happened last winter changed everything I believed about nightmares. It was past midnight when I woke up pinned to my mattress, limbs cemented, darkness heavy and impenetrable. The house was silent, the kind of absolute quiet that makes every stray creak sound sinister. I tried to move, only to realize my body wasn't responding. My mouth glued shut by some invisible force. Then, from within the thick black, I heard a whisper. Soft, calm, deliberate. My own voice echoing with a chilling clarity. At first, I thought I was dreaming, hearing the scattered fragments of my last thoughts. But the words grew sharper, the tone colder, too level to be my own inner monologue. "You will not wake up," it hissed. "No one will hear you." The voice sounded like me, but strained, warped at the edges, tinged with a malicious pleasure. I tried to scream, to force my body to jerk out of paralysis, but I was trapped. The temperature dropped suddenly. I felt the clammy chill of sweat on my forehead, while every other part of me went ice cold. The voice persisted. "Stay still. Something's here with us." The phrase sent shivers through my back, each syllable punctuated by the tick of my alarm clock in the darkness. As minutes dragged by, the voice kept talking. Threats, warnings, and chilling secrets I never wanted to know. It seemed to come from beside my ear, then inside my own head, weaving dread into every syllable. I begged myself to wake up, close my mind, block out the noise. Suddenly, the house groaned. A floorboard creaked. My paralysis lifted, cracking like ice, and I lurched upright, drenched in sweat, desperate to escape the lurking darkness still echoing with my voice. Now, every night, I dread falling asleep. I never know when I'll wake to the sound of myself whispering from the black, promising things I pray will never come true.